Alright guys, this is Ian, and in this video I'm going to talk to you quickly about how to simplify songs or song sheets that have complicated looking chords. Alright, and also this is probably important as well in order to in helping you transpose chords as well, because because in order to transpose to the key of G, you have to be able to look out for the standard chords as well as the common chords which normally appear in, say, songs in the G key, and those chords are G major, D major, E minor, C major, A minor, and B minor. And if you are transposing chords and you get chords like this, it might seem confusing. So basically, in this video I'm going to teach you how to actually identify chords so that you know that you're in the G key, and also how to simplify chords which look complicated like this so that you can play them using the standard chords or the easier variations. Alright, so I've chosen this song in particular because I actually do teach you these chords in the course, like A7 sustain 4, then D sustain 4, and C add 9. You know, you've learned all these chords in the course, so this will make teaching this a lot easier. And as I said, those 4 chords can be used to replace the standard chords, so that way basically instead of playing like E minor 7, you can just play E minor. Instead of playing D sustain 4, you can play D. Instead of playing A7 sustain 4, you can play A minor instead, and you know, just things like that. Okay, so that's basically how you would change them. So if I were to play these using the standard simple chords, this is how it would sound basically. So just bear with me one moment. So starting with E minor. Say, today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. Then E minor. I don't believe that anybody, D, feels the way I, A minor, do about you now. C, D, A minor. Alright, so basically what you want to do with these chords is, like, you want to look at the first letter of these chords, and from there that actually gives you an indication that you are in the correct key as well, as long as you don't have sharps and things like that. And what is a sharp? Well, a sharp is sort of like, if I transpose this down 1/2 step, you see this hash which appears in front of the chord. So when you see this hash in front of a chord, this chord with a hash is actually a different chord altogether from say F. So F sharp and F, they sound completely different, and you cannot replace, you know, F sharp or like say D flat with D. You can't replace D with D flat. You can't replace F with F sharp, because they're different chords, they're at different pitches. But if, let's say, you have chords which are where it's D sustain 4 or E minor 7 or C add 9, alright, where you have chords where you have like these letters in front, you can replace them with the standard chords. Alright, so you can play C instead of C add 9, you can play D instead of D sustain 4. And for this one, A7 sustain 4, it just usually happens that this chord can be used in place of E minor. So you could probably play A7 as well, but it may not work in the context of this song. So when you see stuff like this, you can replace this with A minor, and yeah, so basically you just have to be wary and pay attention. As long as the chords don't have like sharps or flats in the front of the chord letter, you can pretty much replace them with standard chords. Okay, so that's the thing that you have to watch out for, and that's basically how you would go about changing complicated looking chords to standard chords. Alright, and down here is another example where you have chords where it's G5/F sharp, G5/E. So chords like this, what you can do is the chord on the left side of the slash, just play that. And if there's a 5 there, just remove the 5 and just play the standard G. Here you can play a standard G. Here you can play a standard G. And so basically all you'll be playing is C, D, G. And the reason why you have these funny chords is because in the rhythm of the song where it goes, there are many things that I would like to say to you. And what this F sharp and E does is that it gives different emphasis at each point. But if you just play G all the way through, like then it would still sound alright. So for example, I'll just go and C. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know A minor how. And then into the chorus, I say maybe. Alright, so it may not sound as good as it could, but it sounds good enough. Alright, and that's what simplifying is. You just simplify it so that it's good enough that you can actually sing through. Okay, and that's just one of the sort of limitations of only being able to play with 4 chords. But otherwise, you can get through most of this song pretty well using just the 4 standard chords. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So just remember, pay attention, look at the front of the chord. E, if it says 7, sustain 4, those sort of things, you can usually replace them with standard chords. If they have sharps in the front, that's different, and you're probably in the wrong key. Because also another note, when you transpose to the G key, there's only one chord which has a sharp in it, and this chord is almost never ever used in song playing. So if you see a sharp, if you transpose to what you think is the G key and you see a chord with a hash in front of it, sharp, you're probably there's a good chance that you're in the wrong key. Alright, unless of course that specific song has a section of the song where there is a key change, and I will talk more about that in another video about how you can actually simplify songs that have chords from different keys in them. Alright.